Good afternoon and welcome back to the Triathlon Devs YouTube channel. We have come up to Ripon for the first of the European age group qualifying races. It's a glorious weekend, probably a bit too hot for racing. It's been 34 degrees this week in a heat wave. It was 32 yesterday, about 30ish today, maybe just under, but it is forecast to dip down a little bit for tomorrow. So hopefully it won't be more than about 24, 26 degrees tomorrow. Come down to have a look at the swim start. I'm a little bit gutted actually. You can actually get in the water. We should have bought me a swimsuit down now to have a little swim around. But this is where we're going from tomorrow. I think we're probably going from where that yellow buoy is. And then for the sprint, it is literally up to that first island, right where that yellow buoy is, right at the next one, and then straight back down. So it's a bit like the outdoor course. It's pretty much up and down, and then over to the swim exit over by the green ramp there. So I'm trying to be fairly chilled about this. I decided with the outlaw qualifier for the Worlds that I really wasn't that interested in doing the GB stuff next year, and then got a World Championship qualifying time, so I thought I'd better take this a bit more seriously. But yeah, I'm still fairly chilled. I'm not overly convinced that I'm going to get a qualifying time for the Europeans, but I'm being a bit cheeky today. So today, Saturday, there is a World Championship qualifying race down in Dorney Lakes, which is also the British Championships and the English Championships. So I am hoping that most of the fast guns are going down there for that. So I've sneakily come up to Ripon to see whether I can get a slightly under par European qualifying field up here. But we will see how that goes. Lots of stars around today. I've just bumped into Ruth Astle as well. I was really gutted. I didn't bring my camera down here. I only came down to register and didn't think to bring my camera. And then came down to transition and saw Ruth Astle. So I sprinted back to go and get my camera, by which point she finished in transition and disappeared, but I did manage to get a quick selfie with her. Let's do the water test. Try not to fall in with my GoPro. This one looks slimier than the other side. Oh, actually, that is lovely.
They're really foggy.
No, I like it. Wet to tell people you can't swim.
That feels glorious.
I honestly don't know why you're leaving.
So bike out and bike in are in this top right hand corner. I don't really know where we go after this. Some grass. Have you noticed how windy it is? Hope it's not this windy in the morning. And then run out is in the other corner, right over there, just near the run in. And again, I've got no idea where I'm going. Right, I've all sussed out transition. This is the swim exit. This ramp here, apparently there's a ledge there and it's quite difficult to get out of, so we'll see how that goes. So you come across from that buoy over there down to here and then run straight into transition. Alrighty, I'm fed and watered and back at the van. I've had a very lovely vegan margarita pizza at the Boot Pizza van, which was very nice. And now I've come back, I've sorted my bike out and I'm just all chilled out now. My bike is all ready. My numbers are on, my race belt's sorted, numbers on helmet. Look at this, look. Oh, look at that. Nice little addition. Thank you, Mr. Kerry. Personalised my bike. I have decided to wear my GB kit for the first time since Istanbul. I'm hoping it might give me a bit of positive mentality. I'm desperately trying to get out of this "you're going to run rubbish" headset. So I'm in a positive mindset. I'm going to do as well as I can, and I'm going to put my GB kit on. It might make me a little bit of a target, but I think in my head it will make me go a little bit faster. I do quite like my little pimped up setup that I've got with my van now, with my new addition of my £15 top haul-in from Aldi. It is definitely a two-man job to put it up though. It was an absolute nightmare trying to put it up in the wind, so I tied it to the van on one side and then managed to peg it out normally on the other side. It looks pretty good, but as you can see, it's giving me absolutely zero shelter, but lots of shade in front of the van. I've got a couple of little extra bits to pimp up the inside of my van as well. We invested in an AeroPress when we went down to the outdoor show at the NIA earlier on in the year, so I've brought my AeroPress with me. so I can have proper coffee in the morning in my jet boil. Also invested in one of these flex tail bug killers as well. Well, Mark's invested actually. I don't need bug killers generally because I just stand next to Mark and they all go for him. But I've invested in one of those. They're meant to be absolutely amazing for keeping the flies away. I do like my little race weekend setup. I've got my little cooking area here, I've got my bedding area, I've got some little curtains that go up there, and then I've got my ensuite toilet. And then down on this side, this is where I put my bike when I travel, and it fits in lovely onto this two-prey system. I do have one slight dilemma this weekend, and that's whether to race in my wetsuit or my swim skin. You're allowed to race in wetsuits up into a maximum temperature of 23.9 degrees. In all the lakes that I've been swimming in this week, it's been like 26 degrees, but it has been cooler here. Apparently it was like 22 degrees. Was it yesterday or the day before? So they are saying that they think it might be wetsuit legal. However, the kids swam today and it was 25 degrees. So I think there's a reasonable chance that it is going to be wetsuit banned tomorrow. Now I'm quite happy, if I'm honest, if wetsuits get banned. That makes my life easier. I do have my swim skin that I got for Istanbul. This is my Zone 3 swim skin. So I'm quite happy to swim in that, and I do think that my wetsuit restricts me slightly and contributes to the anxiety and hyperventilating that I get. The dilemma that I'm going to have is if it's under 23.9 degrees and everybody else is swimming, or a lot of other people are swimming in wetsuits, and I decide not to. The swim skin will be marginally slower than the wetsuit, but it probably is a bit quicker to get off in transition as well. Ideally, I would prefer to swim in my swim skin. Good morning campers and welcome to race day. Here we are, glorious day. It was actually a bit chilly last night. Went down to watch football, I didn't have any trousers, I was actually a bit cold. But yeah, England won 2-1 in extra time. I only stayed there until half time, which was probably the right thing to do because otherwise I didn't want to stay there till like whatever it was, midnight when it finished. So we are up. I was thinking when I first woke up this morning it was cold. Actually, I am going to wear my wetsuit, but it is warming up a bit. So we'll see what the outcome is for whether this is a wetsuit swim or not. Let's go rack. Just had a bit of a nightmare walking down. Just noticed that my front wheel is catching. I've had to loosen my brakes off a bit more. It's like deja vu with this bike, isn't it? It's like constant wheel catching problems. Let's hope I've sorted it out.
So for those doing the next race, so if you're doing the...
Yeah, for the sprint?
Yeah.
Yeah, just follow on, yeah.
Thank you. We're ready, set up. Let's get some filming done quick before I get told off by the referees. Bike's all good to go. Shoes on. We're still waiting to hear about the wetsuit debacle. I think I might go non-wetsuit, whatever the situation is. Someone did just panic me and told me that I couldn't wear a swim skin. Well, if I wore a swim skin in a sprint, I had to keep it on the whole way round. But I've just checked with the race officials and that's not the case, so I can still wear my swim skin. So I think that is the way to go for me. Made my decision. I'm not wearing my wetsuit. I'm going with my swim skin. Let's do this. Alrighty, we are all done and dusted. I'm really quite happy with that race, to be honest. I've just had a lovely sports massage. Well, I say lovely sports massage, very painful sports massage by Ripon Physiotherapy. That was awesome, just what I needed to try and recover for next week. Quite happy with my overall times. My watch says 1:31:36, I think. I can't get the official results up yet, so we'll have to see. But had a really good swim, really good call to go with the swim skin. I didn't have any panicking whatsoever on the swim, and I was actually right in the mix. There was lots of punching and shoving, which I don't normally get because I'm normally hanging out the back hyperventilating. But my swim was about 16 minutes. Had a good transition. My bike felt fairly good. 48 minutes, averaged 18.3 mile an hour. It was a course that suited me. There was a few sort of uphill drags, but it was like rolling. So yeah, I could really get down on my TT bars. Had a really good T2 as always, and then actually had a fairly decent run. I'm going to tell you, I did my run in 23 minutes 17 seconds. That doesn't make me a really fast runner. It is a well short course, which I did know that, which actually suited me. I've clocked it at 2.7 miles, so that absolutely suited me down to the ground, because as we know, running is not my forte at the minute. But I ran 8-minute 40 miles after pushing it hard on the bike. So I'm fairly happy with that. It's getting closer. Would have been happier with 8:30. My first mile let me down. My first mile was about 9 minutes, but then managed to speed up. But yeah, so I'm fairly happy. It was absolutely roasting on the run. Finally got some results through. I'm fairly happy with where I've come. I've come 11th overall in my age group and 55th overall female, which I will take. I'm not really convinced this was an under-fueled field today in the end. Alexandra Bellaby only managed to get 3rd, and she's a really decent GB athlete. So Eleanor Williams won it, 1 hour 18:34. So I've come in at 1 hour 31:26. So I've done some quick maths, and my finish time is 116.34% of Eleanor Williams's time. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that. I think that puts me in a relatively strong position to get a roll down slot for the European Championships. But we're going to have a long wait now until October time to see how that pans out. Apologies for the lack of filming and lack of actual race footage, as I've come on my own. But that is me done. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and then join me next week at Beaver Castle for the second of the European qualifying races. Thank you.